In 2019, Starbucks made over $26.5 billion. The company employs more than 270,000 people. But what is it like to actually work there? Here's what Starbucks employees had to say on Glassdoor.com. Factory of evil and misery, says a shift supervisor in Houston. Pros: health insurance for part-time workers, free drinks while working. Cons: literally everything else. You may die, you may be forced to clean biohazards you don't have proper equipment for, you are not paid enough to take advantage of the health insurance, the free college is a lie, and if you die, the company won't even let your coworkers attend your funeral. Damn. Advice to management: grow a soul, and stop grinding your employees into the dust you sprinkle on top of cookie crumble frappuccinos. The worst job I have ever had, says a barista in Beaverton, Oregon. Pros: free drinks and food and meeting friendly people. Cons: alright, Starbucks, something has got to change. Customer connections are out of control. At my store, you were forced to make very nosy, uncomfortable small talk with everyone at the drive-thru window. Don't stop talking, or you'll hear it from the shift supervisor. I felt so much pressure to keep talking, it led to very uncomfortable customers, and it is the reason I quit. I'm all for being friendly, but this has been taken way too far. Advice to management: not every customer wants to connect. Don't take it out on the baristas. Do it for the free schooling. Pros: great customers, some good coworkers. Cons: lazy upper management, terrible pay, no work-life balance, constantly getting asked to come in on days off and being made to feel guilty if you can't, dishonesty from upper management. I have caught my manager on Facebook during peak hours, walking off the floor and abandoning us to talk to customers, walking in late, and then handwriting in her timestamp as on time. Advice to management: don't just look at sales. At least pretend to care about the quality of the workplace environment. Set up anonymous reviews per each store about the manager and hold those lazy imbeciles accountable. Not a place for passionate people. Pros: great discounts and perks at various places. Cons: this is a top-down issue with management, as well as upper levels not understanding the day-to-day routines. Egos tend to take precedent over customer satisfaction. They claim they train up employees that show potential, but what really happens is a manager fills slots with their favorites. Many of the hardworking employees leave within a week. Those that do work hard and stick around tend to be given the bulk of the work, and are frequently looked over for extroverted personalities that may or may not be professional. There is also an issue of rampant sexism in some stores, and not how you would think. I once had a female shift supervisor say that she wouldn't vouch for promoting any males because she, quote, can't stand working under the fragile male ego. While I complained to my female manager, I was told there was nothing wrong with the statement. I was also told I was out of line when I drew attention to the fact that only the men were tasked with taking out the garbage. You've been warned, warns a barista in San Antonio. Pros: free food and coffee, that's it. Cons: where shall I start? LOL, they will cut your hours. One week I got a total of 5 hours, yet they keep hiring people. Very stressful and no organization, complete chaos. Running around bumping into each other. The tips suck. Rude and anal customers. Some employees are treated better than others. I think the main thing is I was told I would be getting 25 to 35 hours a week and I don't. If you want the medical benefits, you need to work at least 20 hours a week. Well, guess what? You will most likely not be scheduled enough hours to cover that. It's not a job, it's a joke. This company says they care about the environment. Oh my god, all of the waste, plastic cups and lids, straws, splash sticks, milk jugs, unbelievable how much food too goes to waste. Advice to management: complete training would be nice. I got a whole 10 minutes myself, lol. Maybe stop hiring people all of the time and give good hours to your baristas so they can pay their bills. Treat all with respect. Lots of favoritism at Starbucks. I've worked many locations and I've seen it time and time again. Some employees get away with too much, such as coming in late for their shift or not showing up at all. Best example of legal slavery. Seattle, where it all began. Pros: free coffee, that's it. Cons. Starbucks is the best example of everything that is wrong with our culture of making money over humanity. Their overpriced drinks makes them the leader that they are, but their terribly unpaid and overworked employees are basically agreeing to being exploited. I left because I didn't want to be a human machine. Their full-time hours are not really full-time, and if you try to make a living off of what they pay and have to get up before the chickens are up to make enough money to pay for your groceries, by all means apply if you're not the breadwinner at home and have someone taking care of you. If you want to get up at 3 a.m. to be overworked and underpaid while getting free coffee and a couple tips once a week, by all means apply to make the hardest $35 of your life. Advice to management. Employees aren't partners. They are legal slaves, as little as they get paid. Micromanagement, low pay, exploitation of labor. This barista in Chicago gets straight to the point. Pros, free drinks, one free food item per shift, free Spotify premium subscription. Ooh. Customers are the worst you will ever deal with. Decaffeinated, usually middle class, and extremely rude. Tips are almost non-existent, as Starbucks clientele doesn't tip much at all. Plus the tips are split between how many hours you and every other employee had worked. You're lucky if you get them weekly. Menu is extremely complex and not intuitive. Customers, for example, oftentimes order something along. Can I get a large non-fat, skinny, sugar-free, blonde vanilla latte, extra hot, no foam on top, and a tall ice, half decaf caramel macchiato with extra caramel drizzle and non-fat milk, light ice, and a warm cheese Danish, etc. Speaking really fast, and they get extremely upset when you ask them to repeat the order as you're trying to get it right and punch everything into the computer, for which there is a separate button for every single option. If it's not peak, you have to take the order, make the drink, warm up the food, run to the other end of the store, take payment, and hand out the drink. And the company expects all this to be done in under 45 seconds, which is the goal. The company will tell you lies about coffee in order to make you work faster and harder. Starbucks customers will often not speak up at the drive-thru and get very upset if asked to speak up. This is a very common occurrence. I have never in my life worked with more venomous and rude customers. Absolutely worse people with horrible attitudes which treat you like trash. Have moved way away from caring about the partners or customers, to be honest. Pros. Other partners, slash certain customers, slash fun atmosphere, slash free drinks. Cons. The corporate agenda has completely taken over, sucked all the fun out of the job, makes everyone involved a nervous wreck, and the new god of Starbucks is drive-through times and breakneck urgency for $9 an hour. Keep it. Advice to management. Wouldn't touch management there with a 10-foot pole. If you've worked at Starbucks or had some interesting Starbucks interactions, let us know in the comment section. Otherwise, subscribe for more new episodes every week. Boom.